Hey, hey! Oh, you don't recognize me? Guess who it is? No? No? It's Alex Woody, and it's Midnight in the Bay podcast. Surprise! Yeah, had a little costume on. Didn't recognize me, did you, guy? Yeah, new episode. I know you were like, where have you been for the last 7 days? I've been busy, guy. It was a mistake to have my son get into sports. I wish I had my son just be into video games and watching the pad. That is way easier, because you know why? I'm just sitting on the couch myself relaxing. This kid's got to play this sport, this sport. Ready, set, hike, touchdown. Hey, this kid can play. I should have made my son the worst player that was going to be on the team. Then there's no extra all-stars. Then there's no trips to Los Angeles. Hey, Daddy, I want to go to Disneyland. Hey, Daddy, I need this, I need that, I need this. And I'm like, paycheck's going down, 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 down. Fuck, Mom, down, down, creditor. You know, this credit card, this credit card. It is brutal having a kid be good at sports. Oh my God, don't do it. If you have a baby now, Blake, I know you got a couple kids. Get them fat. Get them lazy. Have them just chill here. Now, here's the thing. If you make your kid lazy, at least make him read. You know what I mean? Because in that way, even if he's fat and needs a wheelchair by the age of 20, he can get a job. Right? That was my mistake growing up. I was like, you know what? Too many video games. Too many trips to the fridge. You know, I didn't even read labels. I mean, look at me, guy. Maybe if I read labels, I would have had a better job. Get them lazy. Don't do sports. That's my PSA for this show, folks. I am tired. I was in Los Angeles for a basketball tournament. You know, it's you go, the kid's got a couple games, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be fun. You know, you're positive, right? And then you get to the game. You drove 8 hours in traffic. You know, you try to leave early. She doesn't want to. There's fighting. You hit traffic. You say, I told you so. That doesn't help. And you show up to the game. You got this much positivity left from the whole trip. And they go, that'll be $20 for parking. They're telling me I pay, an arm and leg for the league. And then you tell me I got to drive all this way, spend my money, put the wear and tear, on my motorcycle. Joke. You kidding me? Me and someone else couldn't fit on a motorcycle. Even the one with the sidecar. Where am I going to put my rolls? All right, dumb joke. It's a lot of money, folks. Make your kids lazy. We're back at the PSA. No, we're having fun. We're joking, irritated at the same time, but we're having fun. And you get to the front door and we're not having fun again. The positivity's out there. Like, that'll be $55 each parent. Glad we brought the grandparents. So it's, better be a millionaire. If you have I couldn't imagine having more than one kid playing sports. I don't know how people do it. Do people just take out credit cards? Do people kill their parents so they inherit some money early? What do you do to keep up? I mean, I'm glad I only have one. One kid, you know what I mean? Thank God for pulling out. Whoever invented that. Was that just some guy with like 20 kids? He's like, I don't think anyone's ever pulled out. Everyone has, a million kids. Oh, that works. Still have fun and no bills, no time consumed, Get in what you want to do before you have kids. What's funny is you hear all this growing up and you're like, those guys are fucking morons. Let's fuck. Let's go for it. Who cares about condoms? And, here we are. So I would have had hair still if I had my kid later. But you know what? He's great. He's not an idiot like me. Woof! I was nervous. When she was pregnant, I was like, I feel guilty to you guys, to the world, because I'm a fucking dum-dum. And I'm bringing another one in. That's not cool. You ever see the movie The Omen? Yeah, I watched that a couple times during the pregnancy. That wasn't a good idea. So thank God he's not like that. He's not like The Omen. He's not like me. And that is a good thing. I try to show him stuff not to do. You know what I mean? Just, party. Dad, it's noon. Party, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That classic line. How many lines did you hear that? You know what I mean? I knew people would say that for drinking. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And I also knew people that used it for drugs. Like, I saw a guy shoot up heroin one time. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm like, that only applies to alcohol. What? Like, oh, man. Yeah, loved hanging out with the Rolling Stones. Interesting. We say the same thing worldwide. Like, one little saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and then someone was like, that is dope. I fucking love that saying. I'm going to use that. They don't say it out loud because they don't want to be a hack. And then you take it to work. We still do that with certain things. Like I remember my coworker told me something. It was like a slogan like, hey, I fucked a black hooker and I'm not going to tell my wife. And I used it. I was like, I'm going to take that and tell people because that's fucking crazy. You use stuff. Jokes. But, yeah, we're hanging out with my cousin, Mary Jane. It's legal, Grandma. There goes that birthday check. What? I can't believe you do that. It's the devil's lettuce. Oh, we're having fun. But, the LA trip, back to it, ADD, we go down different, points of the hike, but eventually it all meets up, guy, and we're back on the LA trip. And let me tell you something, guy. I don't know how people do it. I know you know exactly what I'm going to say. How do people deal with the traffic? We were going like 3 miles and it took 30 minutes. It was brutal. I get why most road rage instances happen in Los Angeles. Like, I get why people shoot each other. I was ready just to, throw coins at a couple people that, really scared me. You scared me, guy. Don't you see I have the sticker on the back of the car, paranoid, anxious, idiot dad on board? I mean, didn't you see the sticker, guy? Cool it on the driving. Nashville, we talked about already. Was there 2 weeks ago. And, you go on a trip, which check out the episode. I did it in a hotel room there in Nashville, and I'm not wearing shoes. I didn't realize how weird that was. I had my feet up, and they're bouncing around. I bet someone started an OnlyFans of my feet. I guarantee it, and I want to cut. But anyways, did the podcast from there, and you go on a trip, and I had to bring back a souvenir for the kid. You know what I mean? Kids love souvenirs. I remember just bugging my parents, hey, can I get this? Can I get this? And then it would take me an hour. She's like, you can get one thing, under $37. And I'd have to go in there and find something. She'd be like, are you ready? You ready to buy it? I'd be just looking, I can't decide. I got 30. It was so stressful trying to pick one thing. But, I had to bring him back something. Or, he probably would have disowned me. He would have befriended the Amazon driver. Can you be my new dad? You're tall and athletic. So I go to a minor league baseball game in Nashville. Very cool stadium. The Nashville Sounds. And I was like, I'll give him something. He likes to play baseball. He's athletic. PSA. So I got him this shirt. Right? And, I had to travel on a 5-hour plane ride. Bring it back. He puts it on. Doesn't fit. Do you know what it's like to buy a gift for someone and you're excited to give it to them and then it doesn't work out? He's like, I'll just give it to a buddy. I'm like, you're not giving my fucking shirt away. So we're giving it to one of his friends. God. Should have kept the receipt. But I don't even think you can buy something in person and then FedEx it back to them and say, hey, guy, I need a new size, FedEx to me. The guy making $9 an hour in the Nashville Sounds store with an earring, 200 milligram edible deep, on the phone at the same time where he's ringing you up, texting and talking to a dude inappropriately too. Have you been around some people now where they're just like, they're talking about fucking? I'm like, hey, my kid's trying to pick out my hat. I was at Lids the other day and they're, they're like about to hook up. Like these guys are just like, this chick and this dude were just, flirting, and he's saying, yeah, fuck it, I do this position. This. I'm like, my kid's like, I don't know if I should pick Ace or Red Sox. He's not paying attention. Kids' hearing ain't as good as you think. Mine's like a fucking wolf, dude. I do comedy. When you're on that stage, you can hear everything, and like, it heightens, dude. I've always been... Yep, I just heard the neighbor fart. I mean, I've always had good... Dumb joke. Always good hearing, right? You guys are like, yeah, he's really on this one. Well, I haven't smoked for a week. Where are we? With Dimension? What year is it? 88? I don't even know. I swear to God, I just forgot. Wah! What was I talking about? What? Oh, these kids ringing you up, It's another breed. It's another breed of people. So anyways, it stinks to buy a gift for someone and it doesn't work out. It's really bad. But it was just Father's Day. And I spent Father's Day in a hot gym in LA. It's like, can we, at least go to Tony Romo's or something? Come on, guy, I'm hungry. You know what I mean? I get it. He's good at basketball. Let's go. But anyways, and what bothers me too? You get other people bragging they saw celebrities at the LA trip. Like, you're going to run into this guy. You might take a picture with this guy. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, something to look forward to, something to post on the gram, something to make me look cool. I show up, there's no one. I saw the janitor. I was so depressed. I was like, are you famous? You want to take a photo? I know you're probably in CSI. I recognize you, guy. I'm addicted to TV. It was just Father's Day recently, and got a card. Happy Father's Day. I think they had made this in summer school. They just hand this out and they're like, just fucking say something nice about it. He didn't come up with this on his own. You know what I mean? That would have been cool. Like, hey, Dad, I was thinking about you. You are an awesome dad. But, the teacher made him, hey, fucking... I know, he just plays too much video games, gets high, he's never home. You know what I mean? I'm fucking filling out, dude. Oh, man, we're having fun. That's what life's about. Can I have fun and look a little nuts, Oh, boy. All right, I had some notes we were going to talk about. That was just stuff off the top of my mind, but let's start from the top. I was going this show was I'm going to read from the bottom up. Guy next to me on the flight. Oh, did we talk about this already? I don't know. Did I talk about the guy on the flight? God damn it. I can't remember I can't remember what I talk about on the show. That's why my descriptions on the YouTube pages, it's like really general. Because I will stop the podcast. I don't have a producer right now. I stop the podcast and I'll go right up. I'm like, what the fuck did I talk about? Well, Alex enjoys and talks about his week. But I don't know if I talked about it on the Tennessee episode. I don't think I did. But, flying back. Oh, we didn't because I flew back. Duh. Did the episode in Nashville. Now we're flying back. Flying back, there was a guy. I'm in the aisle, which I love. I love the aisle because I always got to poop. So at least I go. And one time I pooped so bad, someone thought a terrorist let off a bomb. Oh my God, it reeks. We're going down. You start hearing people. that in the back. People thought anthrax attack, and I was, people were waiting for to hear that. Okay, we're going to, but I hope I didn't actually say something there. You never know when you pretend to speak another language, you could accidentally be saying something. That's why I stopped that in Mexico. I was fucking with people in Mexico. I was like, like she just told me to go cut the clit off a moose, you weirdo. Like I had to stop pretending and just say, yeah, I don't know how to speak it. But this guy on the flight, I'm in the aisle, he's in the window, and he just keeps snoring, right? And there's someone in between us, so I gotta, try to kick his chair, but not kick this little Asian lady next to me. You don't want to kick an Asian right now, especially a white guy, even if it is on accident. So I'm like trying to kick his chair, and he's not stopping, and I just start making noises. And that's what people were looking at me about. Like just trying to, come on, guy. Finally, I don't read. I will look at words and I say, I wish these were pictures. But no, I finally opened up the book after 30 years. I was like, maybe I should read the Bible. No, but we're reading Steve Martin's comedy book. I don't even remember the name of it. That's how brilliant it was. And the light woke him up. I felt like a cop, like I'm about to interrogate this snoring asshole. Like, come on. I did. I'm not proud of this, but I started throwing stuff at him. They give you these stale pretzels on Southwest. Southwest is so cheap. They're like, you get this cheap ticket, and guess what? You don't know where you're going to sit. And that was the worst part flying back is I swear to God, I set an alarm, but I forgot to check in 24 hours before the flight because that's what you have to do to be able to sit in front of the plane and not in the back. Have you ever sat in the back of a plane? It takes like an hour to get off. People are like, huh! They can never open the thing and they can never just slide their bag out, right? When someone takes their bag out, they're just like, dee! I saw this Asian lady get hit with a black bag in the face. I was like, I think I've seen that on a website before. So it's horrible. I got the bag. It was brutal. And I had those stale pretzels and I was kind of flicking at them. Wasn't a good aim. I'm not athletic. But, they landed on his lap and he woke up with pretzels on his lap. I remember him looking around just nervously looking at my phone because this dude was yacked. That was another thing, too. I didn't have the balls to say, excuse me, sir, you're snoring. Right? And even if that's right, do you do that? You're taking a risk. They might be mad, and I don't like confrontation. That's good water. I don't get why people think telling someone to go fuck themselves when they're angry, you're essentially telling me to go jerk off. And don't double dare me. I might. I feel like that's one way to stop a fight, too. If someone's like, hey, want to fight? And I just whip it out and start, yo-la-la-la-hoo, and it's turned into a Swedish guy on a cough drop commercial. One of the worst things in life is getting out of the shower and then you gotta poop. You just cleaned your ass. You just scrubbed it like it was a boat with barnacles along it. Arr! You're making that noise too because it's kind of pleasing, but at the same time, kind of uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You're making those weird noises. Oh, I hated it. It happened to me the other day. I had to go to the bathroom. Ruined my week. My phone knows I'm fat because every time I go on a website, it's asking me if I want cookies. Dumb. Oh my God. Okay, so I drove to LA, like I mentioned, 8.5 hours, right? And, someone always tells you something horrible that has to do wherever you're going on a trip. Oh, I'm going to New York. Oh, man, geez, I just heard a story about a guy that just got shot in the face and then molested by a ghost there. Yeah, the ghost was like a rat. It was like a rat ghost. And there was like 10 of them. And the guy's in a psych ward now. And his name's Moo Gaga. And he only speaks an ancient dialect that is called the insane. So, fuck those guys that ruin your trip or going into it. Someone told me that about LA. In Bakersfield, this dad got out with his son, and this kid jumped out and shot the dad. I'm like, that's a present. Why didn't you shoot the kid? So on the way to on this trip, I was so scared from what that guy told me. When I went to go pump gas, I had my son to get out to pump it. Be here all night. My family's outside the door. Like, this really? I think we should lock him up. He's crazy. Never get your dick. And I'm going to say this. This is very important. Something I learned when I was younger. A life lesson. Never get your wang sucked in a hammock. You might accidentally almost kill her. It happened to me one time. We flipped over and I landed on top. And I thought she was dead. I was 300 pounds at the time. Didn't shower. Didn't wear underwear. I went through a long phase of not wearing underwear. I don't know why. I thought it was more uncomfortable. Until one day I had to walk a couple miles in jeans. Love San Francisco. Yeah, that wasn't fun. A fire almost started in my pants. There was so much blood. I sounded like a veteran when I got home that night. I was seeing things. I was in pain. There was blood everywhere. It almost ripped off. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, don't not wear underwear. Have you ever done that? I know there's women out there that don't wear underwear. And the jeans are like the models, because you always see their cooch. And then you always go, oh, well, hey, why are you looking? Because I can see the cooch. If you can see the dick, you look too. Oh, we're having fun. Wear underwear, folks. This podcast is sponsored by underwear. Weed can make a bad movie good and a good movie bad. I've been in states where I'm lit and I'm watching a bad movie. I'm like, why do people say Catwoman sucks? This is brilliant. This is way better than Batman. Rawr. Halle Berry deserves an Oscar. This is, oh my God. Amistad? Really? That won awards? How about Catwoman? And then sometimes I'll get lit and I'll watch a good movie. Or just, a decent, good movie. And I'll be like, this is a movie. This sucks. Like these are actors pretending, look at this guy. He really thinks he's Napoleon. Oh cool, you're Ben Franklin. I don't believe you. You could see the I Love Mom tat. I don't know, sometimes you'll watch a movie lit and you're like, these are people pretending to be this character. This isn't even going on. This is all fake, what's going on right now. Have you read that? And you watch some movies sometimes, I'm telling you, and I'm like, you're into it. You're like, oh my God, I hope they catch him. I don't know how, I guess, is that what makes a good and bad movie? I think we just solved it. Fucking shithead detective. I told a comedian that a woman, oh yeah. So I recently did a show, and I go up earlier in the show, it was fun. And then afterwards, I go to the bar, which is outside the room where the comedy's going on. And I get my beer, and I'm walking back to the room, and this really attractive woman is saying, oh, am I too late? I'm like, well, it is a show. I'm sure you just go in, right? And she's like, oh, I came here to see the headliner. she sits down, I videotape it, and I go back to the green room, and the headliner gets off eventually. I said, dude, great set, whatever, love the bit about, Biden's taint. There's a really smoking hot chick that wants to see you. I mean, she's got a great ass, great outfit, smile. I mean, I'm sure this lady could suck 5 golf balls through an oven, dude. Just lit. That didn't make sense. I'm sorry. And he's like, oh my God, I'll go check it out. Like, yes, thanks. I grab my things. I talk to another comedian or two. I go back out of the bar, need a refill, alcoholic. Hey, get my beer, and then I'm talking to someone, and I get a tap on the shoulder. It's never good to get a tap on the shoulder, okay? When has there been a time in your life where you got the tap out of nowhere on the shoulder, and you turn around and you've won the freaking lottery with good news? It's always bad news. Excuse me, sir, why are you stealing that? Excuse me, sir, you're talking to my wife inappropriately. You owe me money for the sports betting. It's never good. So I get a tap on the shoulder. Oh, fuck. I turn around. It's the headliner, and he's next to the woman that was good looking. And he goes, this is my mom. She goes, don't look at my ass. Mom said that. I'm like, this is weird, but that will be hard for me to do. Awkward. Awkward times are the worst. They're stuck in your head. Now I'm always going to remember that. No, they were fine about it. They said it was cool, motherfucker. I think, just quote, Delivery service business idea. Oh my God. Don't take this, but I'm going to share it with you. We got DoorDash, Uber Eats. Why don't we have a delivery service that delivers homemade goods your mom made? You don't want to go to your mom's house, but you want those cookies. Call me. I'll pick up your mom's cookies and deliver them to you. That sounds wrong. That sounds weird. But you get the point of the business. Your buddy's like, hey, I can't kill this 30-pack. You want half? Hello, homemade delivery? We need you, guy. Hey, you left your cocaine at my mom's house. Homemade delivery? Oh, there is no service out there. I mean, I guess you got the weed maps, but that's all corporate shit. I remember it used to be, you'd find companies on there back in the day where it was like just a dude and it was his own company. He's like, I got this edible, this weed. I'm like, everything's in Ziploc bags with no labels. What the fuck is this, Eddie? It's like Eddie Incorporated. I'm like, oh, this is legit. That one of those Craigslist, deliveries. Oh, man. Okay. And here's a thought for you. You think we would have had all these inventions and like great pieces of art if electronics was available back in the day? Like, you think Ben Franklin actually would have flown that fucking kite in a thunderstorm if there was PlayStation available with Madden 1784? You got the all-white team versus the all-black team, right? I don't think a lot of shit would have been invented if there was electronics. I feel like there's going to be less inventions as we go towards the future. Yeah, you got people inventing stuff in other countries, but they don't have electronics over there. They're not allowed. I don't think we'd have, planes if PlayStation and YouTube was available. No one's gonna go like, hey, we should build something and fly it. That's boredom shit. Anytime I'm bored, that's when I come up with a joke. I mean, that's the good thing about driving far is you do, I didn't come up with any jokes this trip, but you do think of stuff. That's all you can do. There's only so much music you can handle on a road trip. Only so many podcasts. We get it, Kevin Spacey. You didn't do it. All right, stop crying. I think boredom is probably essential to advancing society. God, I feel like I'm in a TED Talk. I feel like, let's make it like a TED Talk. I got the black turtleneck. I feel like boredom changes the universe. They always do like a whisper to make a point. But it is true, and I'm going to try to be more bored. Have you ever locked yourself in a room without anything? That's a fucking challenge right there. That's like some monk shit. Lock yourself in a room, no electronics, no nothing, for a day. Could you do it? My son did it 5 years ago. He had one day where he didn't want to come out of his room naked. And I said, dude, you got to put on underwear. He's like, no. I mean, this guy went full protester on me. I said, well, if you're not going to put clothes on, you can't come out of your room. Guys, this guy stayed in his room all day. But he did have toys and shit in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can last. I think maybe 5 minutes. No. I think how far I could go sitting in a room by myself with nothing. That is difficult. Honestly, half an hour. Do you just start going crazy? I guess that's why I don't want to go to jail. That's why people go crazy. But I think some jails, they have stuff, and you just got to know the right guys. All right, I think that's the show. I think that's good enough, right? You guys got other podcasts to get to and other exciting things going on in the world. Follow me on Instagram, Alex Woody Comedy, and I'll be posting shows. I got 4 shows I'm producing with Jordan Kirshner, so there's going to be a lot of times to see me bomb, and I'll be doing some other shows, hopefully, in the near future. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you subscribe, tell the whole family, tell the wife and kids, and be bored, folks. Bye.